will the city, you set up that solid waste commission
authority, right.
Will that have any say in this, or will that even exist, or will that fade away because the city's not going to own the transfer?
Based on our MOU understanding, it's still in draft form. We're still going back and forth about a couple of things. The vision would be that the solid waste authority would be sort of a outlet valve for any hauler, any resident that feels for some reason they weren't treated fairly here. But as I started to say that, we feel that that's not going to be a problem, because in order for Joe to be successful, in order for the city to be successful in this partnership, we have to move as much trash through here as we can within what our permit legally allows us to move through here. So at the end of the day, we're actually talking about expansion plans for to be able to bring in more trucks, because the turnaround time is critical to get them in and out of here to continue on the route. So I think what you'll find in practicality is that it's in our interest to be fair and equal to everybody. Joe is committed to that. The Solid Waste Authority will be there to provide that. They won't provide any discussion about pricing or about who works at what part. There'll be no city employees here or anything like that. This is Joe's business, but it's also probably a very unique and creative way to provide a transparent and efficient service to our residents. I don't know if it's ever been tried before. We're gonna give it a go and see how it works.
I think it's gonna work great. And we fully support the Solid Waste Authority, and if anybody has any problems, that's where they can go. So we're gonna address it, and they're all customers. The haulers are customers, residents are customers, the cities are partners. So we're really looking forward to being a great community partner with everyone.
And the toter thing you said, is the blue one going to be, each customer is going to get a blue one and a green one?
Yes, each residential customer.
You have to be a Winters Brothers customer.
Yes.
Each
customer that we serve.
The dreaded competition.
That we serve is going to get one tote for their recycling, for their single stream recycling, and one for their trash.
And then what's the benefit? While you were saying there was a benefit to those things?
They're a lot easier.
The arm comes out, lifts it up, and dumps it.
Yeah.
So one guy per truck?
Yes. Yes. So instead of having a driver, two helpers, and then another recycling truck, you're going to have one driver, one truck. They'll do a lot more productivity.
When we say productivity, how many people does that?
That means you'll be able to do a lot more homes. You'll be able to do a lot more homes per day.
More homes per day?
Yeah.
Let me just interject real quick, Mark, for the public. Nothing really. They may be changing with the layout of the facility, which Joe is going to analyze with his staff to get the most efficiency out of here. But all of the programs that we've been doing in the past will stay in place. So
Mom and Pop.
Mom and Pop, Clean City Danbury, electronics recycling, household hazardous waste days, which runs through HRA, which won't really be here, will be at our location, but certainly there's technical assistance provided for, by Winters Brothers, and the single stream recycling. But all those things will continue as they have in the past.
Now, will the city be able? I know that was HRA discussed the problems of trash going to other locations and other transfer stations. Will the city's development be able to steer some of that back to here?
Well, we're not going to be implementing flow control, although each city and town has local ordinances related to people that we license, that they have to come here because it's in our interest to move the trash through this facility.
Why won't
What's that?
Why won't we be?
Because Joe's going to run such an efficient business that people are going to want to come.
Jump in. We're going to put new scales in, 2 scales. So now, in any business, in the trucking business, time is money, right? So we want to get all the hauls in and out of here as fast as possible. Right now, sometimes there's some long lines here, and it's frustrating for them. So, we have 2 brand new scales actually sitting right up behind over this truck. As soon as we get our permits from the city, we're going to install them.
That all depends on the MOU.
So we're going to install them.
Just kidding.
So once we put those scales in, all the holes in the area, we're going to get in and out of here 10 times faster than they do now.
And that's a significant investment that Joe's making just on the scales. So obviously that makes us happy.
What is scales?
It's substantial.
Significant.
Okay, Mark, you're talking about getting more trucks as possible, many as possible up to your your state permit level, right? But and there's also a host benefit fee. Is that sort of a tonnage fee?
It's a tonnage fee.
So the more tons that come through, the more money Danbury gets?
Potentially.
Potentially? What is it? How much is that? What's the fee?
Well, generally, the industry standards around $1 a ton.
You know, and that's still, yeah, that's correct. That's industry standards, and you know, so the more business we do here, the better it is for the city.
And then,
and that's fair because the city's roads are getting used.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I mean? So it's an inconvenience.
People at Danbury have been mentioning that for a long time. Clean City Danbury, which costs something like how much a year?
Well, Joe picked up the entire. He picked up the hauling,
he knows
disposal
exactly.
costs.
We donated that. We donated that, and we're going to continue to donate that because we believe that as part of being a business in this area,
it's a big event.
It's a big event. It's important to the city, and you know we want to be a good partner.
How much was it this year?
That was substantial.
He looked at me after he said, "Well, there's a lot more garbage than he said it was going to be." Fine, don't worry about it.
With single stream, do you anticipate processing the stuff here ever, or will you operate in the same way where you have it unloaded?
That has potential in the long run. We might redesign the place to actually process the single stream here. We don't have enough volume yet, you know, to justify that. That's something that we're going to look at over time.
How many employees do you have in the facility?
Our company has approximately 200 employees. Yes.
Okay, I'm Robert Bailey. I live in the neighborhood. First of all, welcome to the neighborhood.
Thank you.
For the last 10 years or so, Dave knows, times we have odor problems in the summer. It's been much better, but I don't have any comments about maybe improving it on some of the days.
Look, I mean, anytime where there's trash, there's going to be odor, you know. But I can't tell you that we're professional. We're going to run a professional operation. We're going to do everything we can to minimize it to the best of our abilities.
So I can give you a prop I have. Okay.
Anytime.
And I got to tell you, every concern that the city has raised over this year-plus process with Winter Brothers, they've honored every commitment, every word. So I mean, if Joe says he's going to do something, he gets done. And his organization, his brothers, his family, they get it done.
Now, will you be able to push down railway CD facility that you're building, or?
I hope so.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think once we put our scales in and our recycling equipment, I think it's a logical choice that people are going to want to come here instead of there. It's a better location.
You think you can increase your volume of CD?
I think we can. Yes.
Any other questions? Okay, I know we got, Joe's provided some refreshments. Rudy?
Yeah, this is Rudy, Vice Chairman of the HRA.
Just a few words from HRA. Obviously, the mayor has expressed his enjoyment, his pleasure of entering into this agreement with the Winters Brothers. It has been a long road. I remember being here back in '04, trying to get the tonnage back into the HRA region. It was going south. We were able to renegotiate that agreement. But this is truly a step forward with a company that is going to exhibit the professionalism and the ability to bring us into the future of recycling. As a state, we still send out 200,000 to 300,000 tons a year out of our area into other areas impacting the environment. We want to be able to control that and live within our means, and recycling is going to be the answer. So we're very pleased to see this truck right behind me that you could probably give the number on that truck. That truck probably cost $200,000.
That truck right over there is over $300,000.
Over $300,000. So with that truck sitting there, you can see the commitment that Joe and his company is going to be making toward recycling. And we need to get the commitment from the people of the area to begin recycling and recognizing the importance of it. Single stream is the way to go. He's going to be bringing that to the people. We're doing it everywhere in the region, and we look forward, and on behalf of HRA, congratulations, and we look forward to a very long business relationship. Thank you.